Alright, here I am in 6x150 game. This is the end of day 2. I just played 3 more rounds, so I did get 5 rounds done today, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to try to go in faction order, turn order. So the Cursed have reclaimed the Frontier, dismasted the Royal James. The Delusion had a weird turn where she got an extra action, of course, from Davy Jones. She went 7 for 8 to kill a fearsome creature from the crew recycling fleet, and then she went only 1 for 6 against the Royal James. But either way, the Cursed have control of both the Frontier and the Royal James. Royal James had her oarsman canceled, and I looked in the code, and actually Resurrection Codex, or I should say Neptune's Figurehead, same ability. That UT on the Frontier, it doesn't let you keep the gold. So gold syncs with a ship either way, even if you use the Neptune's Figurehead. So the Curse can't really scuttle the Frontier unless they were trying to deny the gold, but they're still trying to get the gold on the Frontier back. That's part of the reason the Monarcha has come down the waterfall. Since the Delusion has expatriates aboard, she can't dock at her home island without unloading them, so the Monarcha might be the designated towing ship for the Frontier. But a lot of the gold is getting taken, and kind of, you know, the Frontier might become a pretty big target here, even in the next turn or two. The Jade Vikings and English Mercenaries are both, they've regrouped really effectively, and they're looking powerful, so as you'll see soon. So basically, there was some funky home island shenanigans where the two Grim the Savages from Frozen of the North, there's one in the Cursed Fleet and one in the Golden Cranes Fleet, they exchanged gold, basically. So the Maui's Fishhook raided the Cursed home island as revenge for the Guichuan raiding the Golden Crane home island. And then the Guichuan, since she can't be shot at while docked, she just sat there to deny the Maui's Fishhook from coming back, because as soon as the Maui's Fishhook came back, the Guichuan could just retake the gold. But eventually the Curse got sick of it, and the Guichuan has had a bunch of gold for a while now. She still hasn't returned home, so the Guichuan is finally trying to return home, and their captured Flying Dutchman was scuttled, which triggers Eternal, and then so she got a quick trip home, so she's repairing. So the Cursed are still looking very good, but their captured Frontier is a big target. At least I think she will be. So next fleet is Golden Cranes. So those 3 coins are the coins they just stole from the Cursed. They had other coins, but then the Guichuan stole those, so they've kind of swapped. Their problem is they have almost no ships left. This is it. They basically just got Micron giving the Maui's Fishhook double actions each turn. Their other ships are like all captured, basically. And the Rattlesnake was sunk by the Kraken, so a fearsome creature. So they're really not going to win, basically. One nice little thing is the Maui's Fishhook just grabbed the oarsman from the Frontier that was put on their home island via the Jail UT, because Lady Kamale on the Maui's Fishhook, one of the prettier ships in the game, Lady Kamale allows a crew of any nationality to use their abilities. So she actually, the Maui's Fishhook lost her other oarsman earlier, I think when she went over the waterfall, but now she's able to grab the American oarsman and use his abilities. So anyway, but they're not realistically going to win this thing. So the third fleet is English Mercenaries, who have been concentrated in the far west pretty much the whole game. They're finally getting ready to probably mount some offenses. They've been a little bit defensive. They've been able to be. They haven't really needed to go and, attack factions, really. So anyway, their native canoes here just finished off all 10 turtles. All 10 turtles died in a native canoe assault. So the crew recycling fleet won't get any turtles back. They've got 1 coin on their home island, but the 8th Wonder is coming for it. So she's got a home island raiding crew aboard. So the crew recycling fleet is actually the first fleet out of the game, because the Royal James is captured. That was their last ship active. So they're the first fleet eliminated, and they may also finish with 0 gold if this coin is stolen. And this is the 8th Wonder's crew is not the only home island raider, obviously, with the 2 Grim the Savages still active. So crew recyclers are done. So they were the last fleet to go. But anyway, so finishing up with the English Mercenaries, they've really expanded their fleet. They've done a great job with it. The Buscador and Cristal del Obispo, 2 Spanish ships captured from 2 different fleets, and their other ships have been doing well. They've got some gold back. They've exchanged some UTs. The 8th Wonder now has Necklace of the Sky and protection from Davy Jones, in addition to her awesome crew setup. so she's looking really good. And they basically suffered almost no damage. The damage they did suffer on the Althofleta and the Gallows, they've repaired all 4 masts that were lost to the Spanish from that battle. So basically the English mercenaries might be looking to go through Whirlpool soon to attack. The only thing they're worried about is they think they might be in the lead in terms of points in play plus gold. They have a lot of gold, a lot of coins, and they've got plenty of points in play. They haven't lost any ships, and they've captured 2 ships, both worth over 20 points total with crew. So they're just a little bit worried about being too eager to get even more, and then having ships get captured that would, later on in the game, that would lower their score. So if they do like Whirlpool raids into the east against the Cursed and or the French or the Jade Vikings, they just want to have all their ships available for it. So they might wait until those other 2 ships at their home island are ready. Then they'd have those 4 bigger ships to go through the Whirlpool, and then they'd also have the big bad 8th Wonder as well. Right now the King's Ghost might be trying to capture the Royal James. I don't know. She might just sink her to not deny the curse from using her, because she is an oarsman, and I don't think the King's Ghost is going to be able to board her too effectively. We'll see. And then the Ramsgate is trying to get this final coin from the Duke's shipwreck. The King's Ghost will try to grab it if not. Although, well, I don't think she has room left anyway, because she has, King's Ghost has an abandoned ship right aboard, so I guess she doesn't have any cargo left, but... Okay, so that's the 3rd fleet to go. The 4th fleet to go is the French. They looked really doomed just a turn or 2 ago, or 3 turns ago, but they repaired both ships, and then they got some coins, and with a really lucky wind shift on a 6, the wind went from blowing west to blowing east, which allowed them to return home after a vicious attack from the Naegling. The Naegling got an AA and dismasted the Pluton, but then tried to board her. She didn't want to sink her because they're trying to capture, the Jade Vikings wanted to capture her, but they couldn't, and the French have mounted a nice little comeback. They're not realistically going to win either, but they've had an admirable effort here to keep themselves in the game. And then right after them, Jade Vikings are one of the favorites. They just drained this beach here in the southeast of the big 5 beach island. They've done really well. They might be in the lead. They've got a lot of coins. They've got some really high value coins, and the Bouchuan is fully repaired. Actually, pretty much all their ships are fully repaired, except for this recent capture of the Sea Serpent. The Munins towing her. The Naegling's going to try to capture the Peacock, and they are looking really good and powerful. So it's going to basically be some kind of crazy showdown between the Curse, the English mercenaries, and the Jade Vikings. The only thing I'm not sure about is how long it'll last, or if it will involve all 3, because I'm still going to end the game when all gold has been unloaded to home islands. So if there is a weird situation where the game suddenly ends like that, there might not be much of a confrontation, but we'll have to see. So right now, still a 3 fleet race, and it looks pretty interesting. So still some gold out there, and I'm thinking the Frontier might be a target really soon. Either way, it should be a fun end game.